Strifo has done it again in Legacy, top 8ing with his own version of 5-color Zenith with an interesting card that I might have overlooked, Kishla Skimmer. All right, welcome back, Vintage Gamers, to a Wednesday afternoon brewing session. I saw this really cool third place showcase list from famed Legacy player Strifo, and it included a card that I had not seen before. I don't go through sets meticulously anymore. There are just too many Magic cards these days. It's not really worth the time. But this Kishla Skimmer here, we'll talk about it in a little bit, was a card that actually interests me because it solves a couple of different problems I have with Lurrus Deathrite Shaman. And so we're not going to go through this exact list, but it is a big Force of Will 5-color Zenith deck. If you want to see a Zenith version of this deck, I think Eric will have a video of it. But for me, I want to try it in Lurrus Deathrite Shaman. What Strifo was doing is this Kishla Skimmer is whenever a card leaves your graveyard during your turn, draw a card once per turn. And he was using Molt Tender, which has the ability to mill cards, and you can exile cards from your library or graveyard to make any color. Molt Tender is a bad Deathrite Shaman, so what if we pair this Skimmer with actual factual Deathrite Shaman? So this is our Lurrus Deathrite Shaman deck. I have taken the initial list from the Sprouts slash... there's another user. What the heck? Summer Troll lists and an E2 star list as well. Usually when I make any list, I'll look at the three or so different lists of people who I expect to make solid decks and then take the parts of each one that I like. So that's where I started. And then I'm going to put in this Kishla Skimmer. So like I said before, green, blue, bird scout, 2/2 flyer. When a card leaves the graveyard on your turn, draw a card once per turn. So not the most powerful card. Definitely a bit... it's not the strongest card, I will say. It's no Psychic Frog, but it does kind of a similar Psychic Frog impression. And it obviously pairs very well with Deathrite Shaman, who is exiling lands, instant sorceries, or creatures from your graveyard. So we're going to see if this works here with our Psychic Frog Lurrus deck. So I had mentioned earlier, why does this card fill a hole that the Lurrus Deathrite Shaman deck has? And the answer is, this deck is always struggling to fit the right number of blue cards in the deck, because you want to play, your Psychic Frogs and your Collector Roofs and your Bowmasters and your Deathrite Shamans and your black removal. You end up really tight on actual blue cards. So having another 2-drop in your deck that is blue is going to really help get our Force and Will blue count to a place that is serviceable for this kind of controlling deck. You want a large number of blue count when you're trying to play multiple forces over the course of the game. So here you're looking at 4, 5, 7, 9, 16, 23, which I'd even like to go higher. The reason we're not going higher is because I am adding in 2 cards to the deck list that synergize with Skimmer. I felt like just Deathrite Shaman was probably a little low. So I'm adding Life from the Loam, which can return cards from your graveyard to your hand. And this is just when cards leave the graveyard, not just when cards get exiled. So Loam will trigger the Skimmer, and then I've also added the Keen Eye Curator, which is a scavenging ooze that can get really big really quickly, and can hit, scavenging ooze and everything, but this is colorless mana to activate. When you have 4 or more types exile with this creature, it gets 4/4 and trample, so it's a 7/7 trampler. The green casting cost is pretty prohibitive, but every time I played this card in my different decks, I've been very, very happy with it. So we're going to play a Keen Eye Curator, a Life from the Loam, and 4 Deathrite Shamans to trigger our Kishla Skimmer. I guess also technically our Dig Through Time will also trigger our Skimmer. Don't know how often that will come up. And then we're just playing a very stock standard Lurrus Deathrite Shaman deck with the full 5 Wastelands. I'm choosing to augment my creature suite with 2 Bowmasters and 2 Oofs. I'm not sure that you need more of either in the kind of balanced metagame we're currently experiencing. If anything, I'd like to maybe play a little more removal in the deck. Currently, it's 2 Fatal Pushes and a Momentum Breaker. But post-board, I do have the full complement of pushes, a Snuff Out, and a Torok for mono white. So lots of options there. And I'm going to choose to use multiple Spell Pierces over multiple Flusterstorms, as I think they're a little bit more versatile when you're playing this controlling strategy. 1 Daze I like a lot in these kind of decks, just an additional way to tempo And then I think 6 is the right number of forces because you just really need that quantity of free counter magic to make your controlling deck work. I guess that's true, yes. Lurrus casting a card from your graveyard will also trigger Skimmer. So that's pretty sweet. Yeah, look at that. We're going to find even more as we go, maybe. What does Turok do? Turok just discards. No dice. Jumping Frog triggers Skimmer. Yeah. Oh, well, holy shit. Okay. So I've just stumbled into a lot of interactions with Skimmer as we go through this list. So, wow. Okay. Yeah. So 4, 8, 10. I mean, that's actually quite a few. I was a little skeptical on how many ways we would be able to trigger Skimmer, and now I'm pretty happy with what I've come up with. So let's see how it goes, and I will see you in round 1 of this Vintage League. Looking to win your own pieces of paper power? Join me at the Oklahoma Land Run July 17th through 20th, where you can find Reserve List Proxy Eternal Magic the Gathering. Friday, Team Trios, Legacy Modern and Vintage, followed by a Saturday Legacy main event for an Ancestral Recall and a Sunday Vintage event for a Mox Pearl. Can't make it to Oklahoma City? I'll be a special guest at the Steel City Spectacular August 14th through 17th in Pittsburgh. This CEDH main event will also feature a Legacy Battle for Duels and a Vintage Battle for a Black Lotus. 15 Proxy Vintage with a Black Lotus as the main prize. I hope to see you at these amazing Eternal Magic the Gathering events. Let's battle. Okay, here we go. Vintage League Round 1 versus Frosty. Frosty has been playing Raker. Don't know if that's still the case. This hand is garbage. Wow. That one is really bad. If I was on the play and I had a Deathrite Shaman maybe, but no dice. All right, mulligan. No lands. Okay. Mulligan. All right, this is certainly better. I'm going to get rid of the forces. I don't have a blue card, and I'm going to get rid of a land because I'm going to hedge towards Raker. And I want to keep my Bowmaster, Momentum Breaker, and Curator. That could be a little greedy. We'll see what happens. Patchy Boy. No Moxen. Definitely need to draw another land, though. Maybe I should just gotten rid of Curator. Ah, that's a great one. That is by far... I mean, Lotus is probably my best draw, but that's my second best draw, likely. So I'm going to just hit off a Momentum Breaker here. I will get a black and green land. Maybe it's supposed to be a blue and green land? That might have been better. Yo, what up, Cancer? Hope you had a good stream. Welcome, Raiders. We are playing, what is this card called? Kishla Skimmer in Vintage, in a Lurrus Deathrite Shaman deck. So, it should be pretty fun. So, a bit of a controlling mid-range tempo, something like that. Grim Monolith. Is it going to be a Flesh Raker? A Scrawly Crawly. Oh, well, Orcish Bowmaster is quite good against Scrawly Crawly. Oh, 2 Scrawly Crawlies. Okay. They're not going to be very happy to see my Orcish Bowmaster. I would love to draw another land here. I think I maybe I made a mistake in mulliganing. I should have just gotten rid of this Curator. But there's a lot of lands in our deck. That's a frog. Yeah, I also think I should probably have gotten a blue-green land. I was like, I don't know. I was thinking maybe I wanted to get rid of... I don't know what I was thinking. I was not thinking, probably. So I will go to my opponent's turn, where I will put these Scrawler triggers on the stack and cast a Bowmaster. I don't know if that matters very much. Yeah, I get extra damage, so it definitely matters. All right. So I will shoot a Crawler. They draw a card, I draw a card, get a land, shoot the crawler. So I guess if there's a second crawler, it doesn't matter very much, right? Because this is I don't think they're I guess if they were to activate a Sensei's top this turn, it would matter. So I can lose 1 damage to make it so they can't activate its top this turn. Does that make sense? The nice thing about this curator is it's a little beefy. I guess it means I could also block with my Bowmaster if I wanted to. Probably don't ever want to do that, though. Okay, I think I'm just going to go face then. I didn't really port over his list because we're not playing like a Zenith deck. I took his idea and put it in a vintage list that would use it. Is how I would probably phrase that. I can't imagine my opponent's really beating an Orcish Bowmaster, but we'll see. I only have 2 Bowmasters in the main of this deck. I chose to trim a couple of them. That could come back to bite me as well. That's just coming in. I think that's fine. I think I'm gonna just trade that off. Yeah, no, I did not take an existing vintage list. I took a legacy idea, an idea I saw in a legacy deck. A force is actually really cool here. Prevent some of the worst case scenarios. So what we can do is play a Deathrite Shaman and play a Frog. Yeah, I think I'd rather get a Frog going. Blue-green land. So many colors, I'm not used to it. Let's get a Frog. I feel like preserving my life total with the Scrawly Crawler block is good because my opponent is probably best chance of getting me dead in this game is multiple Flesh Rakers going for the dome. So even though my Bowmaster is obviously good against Scrawler drawing extra cards, I think I'm in a spot where I don't need extra cards anymore. I just want to counter my opponent's spell that matters. This is the one that I think matters the most. Because I can beat a top combo with Bowmaster shooting Flesh Raker. I think a Frog is better in play than a Skimmer here, but that could be wrong. Because there are Eldrazi spawns. Another Flesh Raker. Wow, 3 Flesh Rakers. Okay. I mean, I'm out of removal. I can gain some life with my Deathrite Shaman, but it does cost green mana. I can gain life with Momentum Breaker, but I do need to start recurring it. Oof, there it is. I don't actually know how good Oof is from this spot. Hmm. Kind of don't want to hamper my mana. I'm going to start by hopping the frog. Oh, man. Is hopping the frog even good? I lose out on 2 Deathrite Shamans. I mean, I could just make them use an Eldrazi spawn. That doesn't seem very good for me. So I probably... I mean, I guess if I... Yeah, especially if I run out of lands. I wonder if Skimmer would have just been better because Skimmer would have been a 2/2 flyer already. It was a worse blocker, but it would have let me activate each turn easily. I don't think I'm allowed to play Collector Oof is my problem here. But my double green is kind of annoying too because it doesn't let me Deathrite activate. Whereas if I play Oof, I can still Deathrite activate, gaining 2 life. I don't really need a curator. How fast can I make this curator lethal? Can I make it lethal on the next turn? It's hard to say because they're gonna get a bunch of. They can get as many as like 4 spawn tokens, right? So I'm gonna try pitching this curator, leaving a land in my yard, and hopping my frog. Man, it makes my blocks kind of bad, doesn't it? Yeah. All right, I'm gonna. Oh, I guess maybe I'll leave curator for. Nah, at the point that Lurrus wins this game, the card in my yard probably doesn't matter. I think I want to play a creature this turn, but I could. I guess it depends on like what card I draw. Like if I draw a land, then it might be better to Lurrus. Not sure. Days. That card sucks, doesn't it? Yeah, I think I'm just going to play an oof. I might block with this oof if they attack with these rakers, though. Maybe I just am looking at trying to frog tempo the rest of this game because I can gain life with my Deathrite Shaman. Oh yeah, champagne and beers. At some point, I can crack Breaker to gain life too if I have enough mana. I think I'm done casting spells. I think I'm just trying to make the frog happen, make Deathrite happen. That's my gut instinct here at 9-9. I could always, if I'm not threatened on life total, I can always. I guess there are no spells to eat anymore because I pitched them all away. Wow. A Karn. I can't daze this because they have Spawn. This represents 2 Flesh Rakers. Man. They did take 2 damage, though. I might just die to spells, huh? It's not good. Like, if they just have 2 spells here, don't I die? Do I die through my frog? Or through my Deathrite? I think I do, right? They just get a card off of Karn, get a card from their hand, and then I lose. I mean, I countered the second Flesh Raker. It's just they had 3 Flesh Rakers. They got a Disruptor Flute to stop Deathrite Shaman activations. Or I guess they can stop Frog activations as well. This also means they can attack into my Bowmaster Collector Roof. Maybe I'm supposed to actually go for... there's no damage for me to go for unless I daze this. I guess I could daze this and eat my daze. That might have been better. But they're going to name Frog, right? Because I can't kill them if they name Frog. It doesn't matter. I think I'm just dead, man. Oh, they named Deathrite. Saga was their last card. Okay, I mean, that's good for me because I can crack this Momentum Breaker to live through another spell, and I can jump the frog, killing the Karn. So that actually is better for me, I think. Can I do... I can't kill them, right? So I can do 4 damage in the air. I can buy Lurrus. Oh, I can't get enough cards in my yard unless I discard both, right? Oh, Construct ETB deals 2? I didn't even think about that. Also, I don't go up on my Momentum Breaker if I hit the Karn, but I have to hit the Karn, right? I think we're just dead. All right, we'll see. We'll make them figure the line out. I'm also just like not gonna be able to kill them if I keep eating my whole yard and I can't use my Death Ray Shaman. Oh, I don't have to get rid of both, Justin, because you don't have to. Oh no, I do, because I have to hop. I have to hop. Okay, all right. Well, we do have a draw step here. So if they draw a land, then I'm not dead. So I think I'm just gonna kill this Karn. I don't know the answer. Ancestral? Deathrite Shaman number 2. I guess I will hold the Momentum Breaker activation here. Maybe that baits them into a bad play. They drew a key. Oh, I accidentally F6 through this. It's okay. I had already had these on auto yield and it messed it up. It's okay, because if they just activate the Karn, they do kill me here. But yeah, I should have activated my Momentum Breaker was the whole plan. Man, that game is really sad. I feel like if we played it out again, maybe I had some better choices I could have made. I really think that my initial mulligan was kind of bad. I didn't miss a land drop, though, ever, did I? There was no point I could have really gotten a Lurrus going. I removed their creatures really efficiently. They just had 3 Flesh Rakers and I died, and they drew Karn on the last possible turn. Not sure. That feels really bad, though, because it felt like a game we could definitely have won. Yeah, Kishla might have been better than Frog as well. I think Kishla was definitely better than playing Frog, which is quite the statement, I guess. All right, I have some Consigns and Mindbreak Trap. Could bring in Needle as well. Could bring in Vigor. Could bring in Oof. Could bring in Snuff Out and Push. That's a lot of cards. How do I do that? I feel like Loam, Pierce, Fluster, Pro. That's a lot of blue cards. I kind of hate negation. I don't really mind days against the workshop decks typically, especially on the play. I think Mindbreak Trap is pretty good against Raker, yeah. Maybe this is too many 2-drops. They're all so good, though. Maybe on the draw we don't play Mindbreak Trap. On the play we don't play Mindbreak Trap. I'm not sure. This is a little sus. It's really annoying because I think every card is good against Raker. Well, Momentum Breaker is very good against like the Crawler Automaton draws. This is also annoying. This is the blue count thing. So now I have to choose whether to Needle, because I think I'm going to hold up Force. So I have to choose whether to Needle. I guess I could hold up Vigor and play Skimmer. Skimmer I don't have any way to trigger anyways. I think I have to choose either Needle, Sensei's Top, or One Ring. I'm pretty weak against... I mean, I have a Force. So, like, I'm kind of better against the One Ring already. But I also kind of want to not have to play Force. Usually I bring in Needle for the One Ring, not for Top. I feel like it gets rid of a huge part of their game plan. This is a Patchwork. I have to draw a land to kill this. I guess I don't. I could draw a green card and pay 2. I guess that's fine. I don't have a surveil land. Days. All right, I think I'm going to hold everything up and go for a vigor, probably. I guess if it's 2 patchworks, it's kind of annoying. Hopefully it's like a scrawly crawly. An Argenta Masticore resolves. And I could daze it, but this figure looks really good, right? I also think this looks like the best case scenario. All right. I kind of just want to draw a land and buy Lurrus here. Great. It has to be a black land. Have a force up, have a daze up, have kind of a fatal push. Not really. Kind of need a fetch. I need a fetch land for a fatal push. Fatal push needing to turn on revolt for Flesh Raker is annoying. Talon Gates. Resolvers. 3 cards in my opponent's hand. A Flesh Raker. I just want to force it because I don't have a way to trigger Fatal Push right now. I'm covered on the ring, so I don't really need force for other things. If I draw like a fetch land, it's obviously so much better not to. I think I'd rather just force it to be safe. I feel like, oh wait, that's like one of the ways I lose this game is just randomly letting a Flesh Raker resolve and not being able to kill it. Frog. Okay, I think Frog is better than Lurrus here. These matches already have been quite hard because our deck is a little bit underpowered, but I think we do have the tools we need. I actually need to play a little bit better, maybe. Like that game 1, I feel like is a game that we could have won with slightly better play. I'm gonna bring a trap in and take a daze out, and then we'll run it back. I do feel like our deck has the tools to win this matchup, though. It's a little disjointed. Getting to Vigor. I only have 1 Vigor in my deck right now. You can play as many as 4 Vigors because Skimmer is actually a green card, which really helps. I don't think we're currently in a metagame where you really need more than 2 Vigors. So, yeah, I mean, I had the force for 2nd Raker, so I was pretty happy about that. But a 3rd Raker is a 3rd Raker, right? What do we got? I've got a Mental Misstep. I've got a Snuff Out. I have no lands that make mana, and 2 removal spells and an oof. This hand was pretty good if one of these wastelands was a fetch. Being able to get a Bayou here, I think would make a pretty solid hand against Raker. You have like Patchwork somewhat covered. You have you have removal for like Crawler. You have, yeah, I mean, I think this hand is quite reasonable, but sadly don't have the mana. This hand is, again, Wasteland Strip Mine. I don't know, man. I have a lot of mana in my deck. Double Force. The problem is the card that I'm putting back in this hand is Oof. And I think Oof is that card that like lets this hand be playable if I were to keep it. I guess like theoretically I could pack a force, but I'm just gonna mulligan. My deck can win. Okay, this hand is by far the best. I'm pretty interested in getting rid of Force of Will and Momentum Breaker and just trying to play these 1-for-1s and hope I'm fast enough. Maybe Momentum Breaker is more useful than Skimmer because I have a consign to cover me from a Flesh Breaker turn 2. It's probably true. Let's try this. Ancient Tomb, Patchy Boy, and a Mox, and a top. All right, so hopefully the plan is take a hit from this Patchy Boy, consign a Raker, and then Momentum Breaker the Patchy Raker. That's my plan. See what happens. I don't know if that's going to be enough, but... No upkeep top activation yet. The upkeep spin is interesting, though. Pushing the Raker is problematic because they can trigger their Raker before I can push it. Active player, non-active player, priority, and all that. And if they ever trigger the Raker, then I can't momentum break the Patchwork. But I can, of course, push the Patchwork theoretically later, but that's kind of not the plan. I mean, I do want to, like, save the consign for a 1-ring if I can help it, but... There's a lot of ways that a Raker resolving can go really badly. We'll see, though. Like, if they're on tapped out mana, no cards in hand, then there's a world where we can just push the Raker. Absolutely, that's a possibility. Still won't let me hold up consign for the 1-ring turn, though, so it's not great. Saga Gaming. Okay. That's pretty unfortunate, because I do have to wasteland that. So now they would have to have a Mox in hand. I might have to deal with 1 construct. I do get to hold open consign if I wasteland. So maybe I can take 2 patchwork hits if I let this resolve and fatal push it. All right. They wanted to move to combat. That's fine with me. Draw with top. Underground Sea. Push Raker. So now I can wasteland this Saga, hold open consign. All it costs is 2 patchwork hits. So maybe this just works out. Do I consign the Sensei's top, though? That's a thing I'm not 100% sure on. Probably. Probably. I guess now if they play like another creature, it's pretty bad, right? Oh, God. Scrawly Crawler. So now I can't kill the Patchwork? Yeah, maybe I just couldn't counter the top. I didn't really think they had a Workshop hiding after all this. I think I'm gonna die. Oh, okay. New plan. Not bad. I need them to brick, though. I mean, it's not that good. I do need them to brick. Really want this momentum. I mean, the fact that it wasn't an Urza Saga, so I had to wasteland it. It was really frustrating there. At 8. They have 2 cards in their hand. Hopefully it's not a creature. It's a Grim Monolith. Hope it's 2. Please don't be a creature. If it's just not a creature, I'm so fine. All right, that is unblockable, so I am going to go to 1. Oh, boy. I guess I go to 1. I have to dodge like a Flesh Raker. Momentum Breaker can gain life. Wasteland. I think I just play a needle on the 1 ring. Or do I just name Manifold Key? Might just have to name Manifold Key. We're almost to the hard cast Mindbreak Trap. We need 1 more land. They have infinite mana, basically. Yeah, okay. Let's name Manifold Key here. I mean, I am going to die to a 1 ring, probably. All right. Let's see how good Frosty is at drawing the cards that matter. Let's see what happens. We do have the Momentum Breaker to gain life later. We can buy a Lurrus to gain life. If nothing happens here, my best draw is a fetch land for a blue source so I can have Hardcast Mindbreak Trap up. We only need 4 hits from our Orc army. Drew something. Drew a Flesh Raker! Oh, yeah. All right, fine. Not fetch. I mean, I can fetch with Momentum Breaker, but... Oh, wow. That is a nuts draw, by the way. So I think what I do is I crack Momentum Breaker for Revolt to go to 3, and then I Revolt push the Flesh Raker so I can get in the 3 damage, just 3 attacks. Yeah. Back-to-back Haymakers. Momentum Breaker is kind of a nuts magic card, huh? Also, still a fetch land away from Hardcast Trap. They're at 6. Okay. Now what's your top deck? Nothing. Okay, that's big for us. I mean, they would block Bowmaster, right? Pretty sure they would. All right, we're good here. All right, we won the game. Wow, what a crazy set. That was a really awesome set. This is a very much what Vintage is like these days. There are a lot of games that are super grindy, super indecision based. That's basically all of these Lurrus decks represent, is this like really complex multiple decision magic. It's just, Vintage is in such a good place right now. It's crazy. I think I made tons of small errors here that we can improve on too, going from game to game. Bowman is definitely good against Raker, that's for sure. I guess that's a decent reason to keep. I kind of cut some Bowmasters, but I could definitely see you wanting 4 Bowmasters in this kind of deck. I don't know. There are some matchups where Bowmaster is so bad, but there are matchups where it's very, very good. Yeah, I mean, I think I made a misplay too in game 1. I think Skimmer was actually better than Psychic Frog, and I played the wrong creature. So we got that. And then Skimmer pitched the Force of Will and Force of Vigor. I think Skimmer had an actually great showing, and I maybe didn't do it justice because I thought that Frog was better than it, but I don't think it was. Hey, you can play some Vintage. It's very much like the legacy you love. Am I not playing a Legacy deck? Like, with the cards that shouldn't even be banned in Legacy? Like, shouldn't Legacy players have access to Deathray Shaman and Psychic Frog? This is just a Legacy deck. I won't subject you to Lurrus. We can be the Lurrus format. That's okay. Okay, here we go. Round 2. Am I recording? I am recording. You love to see that. Let's go first. Or the cat. Skimma. Man, that was a really fun round 1. Ooh. Why don't I have days back up? All right, whatever. It's fine. I think I'm going to go Wasteland, Sapphire, Time Walk, and try to hit a fetch land so I can have days back up for my Ancestral. Classic days. I mean, it could have been worse. It could have been a Bayou, right? Oh, actually, a Bayou would have definitely been better. Hell yeah. My opponent is stepping into Vintage. Love that. Legacy Dredge. Wait, is this the Legacy Dredge? I'm not sure if I remember his name. His in-game name. It's the Dredge guy? Ah, sweet. Very cool. I like their content. Their content's sweet. There's a YouTube channel, yeah? I haven't watched too much of it. It looks like a Molda 2. I have a Wasteland, so that could be good for us. Now I don't think I really need the Time Walk, so I might just cast Ancestral. How much do I overdraw? 1 down to 5. I can play at least 3 cards, so I don't overdraw. Oh, wait. He says this is a brew, but he rolled a 2. So I think that just means it's Dredge. All right. Am I time walking? It's a lot better to hold time walk for Psychic Frog. Could be a Dredge Brew, absolutely. There's some space to work inside of Bazaar, as shown by my recent video. I'm just gonna cast Ancestral. If I get Mental Misstep, I get Mental Missteps. I think that's okay. Holy moly. Those are not great. Well, let's see what this Bazaar does. An activation. All right. That just looks like Dredge, but there is a Poxwalker. Let's draw first. See what we get. Because I want to be able to cast Time Walk. Oh, great. Wonderful. Okay. I do still think I'm casting Time Walk because I'd like to get a frog in play on this turn. Or Deathray Shaman. Yeah. I like that a lot more. So now I can Wasteland this. I'm protected from Noxious. I have a Deathray Shaman to eat cards out of their yard. I think I'm in a great spot. They mulligan to 2 is the only reason we're in a great spot, but... All right, so Dredge 5 from the Imp has an Icarid, a Dread Return, a Poxwalkers, a Cabal Therapy, and a second Bazaar? Uh-oh. Hopefully this doesn't return anything. Imp. Oh, man, they whiffed. There's a Breakthrough and a Grizzlebrand. I mean, I'm still in danger here. Like, I can only eat 1 card. I might be losing this game. Second Bazaar on the Molda 2 is wild. Okay, so... I can eat the Icarid. But I don't know if that's even... I mean, I could eat the Cabal Therapy. But then... How does this work? Whenever you cast a spell, I can eat the Cabal Therapy. Does that make the most sense? Oh, I can't eat the Cabal Therapy. I don't have a black source. So I have to just eat the Icarid. I could eat a Poxwalker so it doesn't come back into play. It was a great match, Frosty. I had so many regrets about game one. Lots of choices to make. All right, I'm going to play a Skimmer, and I'm going to eat the Icarid. I don't know if that's better than eating the Poxwalkers, but... I mean, I could eat the Grizzlebrand, but aren't I going to get run over by, like, Icarid? I mean, I can cast a Force. I think I'm just supposed to eat the Icarid. Because they have to hit... I guess they can just hit any Narcomoeba. But I can counter the first therapy with Force, and then I still have Force Daze. You had Karn Time Volt? Oh, I named the right card. That's lucky, because I could have named the wrong card there very easily. All right, here comes Bizarre, Cephalid Shell, Grief, Thassa's Oracle, Second Therapy. Nothing is coming back into play yet. Dredge 5 hits the Narcomoeba. There are no bridges in the yard, right? But the first therapy can return the Poxwalkers. So first therapy returns 2 Poxwalkers. Should I just daze this one, or should I force this one? Maybe I force this one and then force the second one and don't show them the daze, because it's harder to name if they get a third one. Does that make sense? It's not like these frogs do anything. All right, so they still have a Dread Return and a Grizzlebrand and a Thassa's Oracle. 26 cards in their deck. Another Skimmer. I don't think I'm allowed to eat a card from my yard, though, right? I could eat a land from my yard and draw 2. But don't I want to held up a Deathrite Shaman activation? For like another Narcomoeba or an Icarid or a Dread Return. I think I do. Well, I guess I can't eat... I can eat the Grizzlebrand in response to the Dread Return. I can eat a Narcomoeba. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to hold it open. I don't think drawing cards matters here. I think I need this Deathrite Shaman to be playing defense. This is another Dread Return and a Fate Stitcher. There's a Narcomoeba and an Icarid and a Black Lotus and a Sapphire. Okay, so I can eat this Narcomoeba. And then they have nothing going for them right now, right? They'll get another Dredge. How many Narcomoebas? 1, 2, 3. There's one more Narcomoeba left. And there's an Icarid in the yard for next turn. I'm going to eat this Narcomoeba. Glad I didn't eat Grizzlebrand. There's so many Grizzlebrands. Okay, they have a Poxwalkers in the yard and 2 Icarids now. 2 Icarids is really bad because now they can return an Icarid. Okay. Maybe I should just eat the Thassa's Oracle then. Next turn, I should just eat the Thassa's Oracle. My opponent said, you're supposed to exile cards from your own grave so you can draw cards. So I can't stop the Icarids anymore, so I think I'm supposed to eat the Oracle. Or maybe I just wait. Well, they have a Grizzlebrand, right? But they're at 11 cards. I have a Daze for a Dredge Return as well. They have a Poxwalkers. Do I block? No. Don't. Well, I could die to Icarids. Maybe I do just block. Demonic. have to use my death right to do this. Doesn't seem very good. Because I can get a Wasteland, but then I think I'm a little exposed. If they just bring back Icarids every turn, don't I lose, though? Because the Dread returns are going to bring back Poxwalkers. Wait, this block is insane for me, isn't it? Because I can eat... I could eat the Pox... I could eat the Icarid, so they can't bring back Poxwalkers unless they find another therapy, which they probably have. You think they have 2 Oracles? Probably not. But if they bring back 2 Icarids, they can cast Dread Return and get it back a Grizzlebrand. But if they just bring back their Poxwalkers, it's still bad for me. Even if I were to like eat the target of the Dread Return, even if I was to counter the Dread Return, they still get back 2 Poxwalkers. Like, I don't think they're supposed to dredge anymore. But if they hit Cabal Therapy, I guess they have to hit 2 Cabal Therapies. I think I'm just going to wait and see what happens. The 2 Icarids is really annoying. Are they going to dredge? They dredged. They hit a therapy. Wow, they hit a therapy. So 1 therapy is not enough, though. Because I have a daze still. Another active. So they're going to try to draw like a normal card here, right? Is there like a black... maybe there's like a Mox or something still in their deck. I wish I could eat therapy, but I can't. I think I'm just going to die to Poxwalkers is the problem. I can't Demonic for Ancestral because I already used Ancestral, which would be the way I would really want to win this game. I need to survive for 4 turns against a bajillion Poxwalkers. I'm not sure I can do that. Maybe I can. I have a blocker, Deathray Shaman. Maybe if I draw a Black Source, maybe it would help. Interesting, there's no Bridge from Below in their deck. It's very cool playing against a different version of Dredge. You gotta figure some things out. Just casting Cabal Therapy returns 2 walkers, so they'll have 3 walkers in play. They can get a Grizzlebrand in play, right? Because they have 2 Dread returns. So I let the therapy go because they're not going to name days. How many Dread returns do they have? 1 Dread return. They have 3 Dread returns, and they have infinite Poxwalkers. Maybe I should have been eating Poxwalkers. Because they just have infinite Dread returns, so they're going to get a Grizzlebrand. I don't have to eat Oracle this turn, though, right? Oh, they had 2 therapies? I didn't even see the 4th therapy. I guess it doesn't really matter, though. I'd rather them not take my Demonic Tutor. Well, eating a walker now is not very good because I won't be able to stop the Dread Return. How many Grizzlebrands are there? 2 Grizzlebrands. I mean, can I beat a Grizzlebrand? Oh, if I don't eat the Oracle, then I do lose to... No, Grizzlebrand can't activate, right? So I don't have to... they could return Fate Stitcher as 1. And they only have... So I don't have to eat... I don't think I have to eat a Oracle this turn. If they return a Grizzlebrand, I need to live through 3 attack phases. 4 attack phases. That seems really hard to do. But I can't actually beat that, so... And then if I eat the first Grizzlebrand they target another Grizzlebrand with the second Dread Return, and they still have another thing that I have to eat anyways. Aren't I super dead? Could I have played this better? I'm not even sure. Maybe I just eat one of the Poxwalk block and eat a Poxwalker, so they only get 1 Dread Return in this turn. Is that a thing? If I block and eat a Poxwalker, so I should have done that earlier then. If my plan was to do that, I should have done it earlier. The problem with eating a Poxwalker now is... I'm actually going to hold this back because it blocks Grizzlebrand. The problem with eating a Poxwalker now is I still need to eat the stupid Oracle on the next turn. Maybe I just should have been eating Poxwalkers this whole game. Man. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I can do anything about this. I think I'm just gonna die. If I had Ancestral, I could win, but I don't have Ancestral, so I can't target them and win. They could even like bring back Golgari Grave Troll or something. They have so many Dread Returns. Molded 2, easy win. The fact that they had 2 Bazaars on their Molded 2 and I couldn't wasteland them out of this game was very sad for me. I also think I kind of gotten screwed a little bit on my mana because I need to be able to eat a Wall Therapy. They're returning the Fate Stitcher. Alright, I'm just going to eat the stupid Thassa's Oracle. I don't know what the fuck's going on with Return the Fate Stitcher. I mean, they can tap a blocker down with it. No powders? Yeah, no powders. That's probably why they mulligan to 0. Yeah, they're going to return the Golgari Grave Troll. Yeah, I think I lost this game, but I'm struggling to figure out like how I could have won, to be honest. Because I'm not living through 4 combats. Now I draw Loam. Mah! What can I even DT for? Nothing. I have no way to return this. I have a Bowmaster. I need to have Skimmers every turn and a million other blockers, and they can tap down my blockers. I think I just lose. I can't even see a way out. Yeah, I need second Ancestral. All right. I concede. I think I'm just dead. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna bring in Soul Guide and Cage, Tabernacle, Needle, Jailer. They didn't have any forces in their deck, right? They had no forces in their deck. I have so many bad cards. It's actually crazy. I'm not gonna have enough cards to board out here. I have just infinite bad cards. I don't even, like, I guess I can bring in. They don't even have hollow ones, right? What am I supposed to do? All my cards are terrible. I guess I leave in Momentum Breaker. Consign for what? Triggered abilities? I guess. Might be better. it might be better than what? Momentum. I feel like Momentum Breaker is awful. If they have no they have no hollow ones, like what's the point? All right, I guess we try this. They have just so weird. All right. I thought I played okay in that game, but I got very much overwhelmed. I have a strip mine, but no actual graveyard hate. It's probably not good enough. Then I have no playable cards. Then I have a strip mine and a deathrite. I guess that's enough. I guess that's what we're doing here. Opponent's mulligan to 5 at the moment. It does seem like they mulligan a lot. No powders will do that. I mean, they very easily won on their mull to 2, so. I don't have any of my sideboard cards. They mulled to 1. We gotta get we gotta get opponent on some serum powders. I think this is supposed to be a Bayou. All right, I'm hoping that a Deathrite Shaman Strip Mine is good against a Mola 1, though. Can't powder if you want to reanimate Oracle. I mean, you can just not. You don't need to reanimate Oracle. My opponent didn't reanimate Oracle. In the previous tests, before getting serious with the list, I wanted to test what to cut to re-include powders. Makes sense. Oh, I'm sure it was a conscious choice. Like, I definitely, I know my opponent is going to make a, it was a conscious choice to not play powder. I just don't think I can allow that. They do have the strip, the Bazaar on the Molda 1. So let's see what this does. 3 cards to the yard. I have a strip mine I can eat. There's a Thug and a Shell and a Nature's Claim. Interesting. All right, so do I eat now or later? I think I eat now. Is it a Final Fantasy card? What card? What set is this card from? Kishla Skimmer? Dragonstorm. Yeah, I missed it. So I know the card in my opponent's hand. Do I want to cycle probe to get hate? Yes. Consign. I'm just going to eat their dredger. And then I can start eating cards from my yard. They were definitely noxious. I think they were noxious in game 1, if I had to go look. All right, so my opponent mulled to 1, and I was able to answer it with my Deathrite Wasteland. I don't think Deathrite Wasteland is typically going to work unless your opponent mulligans very deep. But we didn't really have much choice. We have mulliganed a lot as well. Let's run it back. Yeah, I mean, I just like don't look at sets uncommons anymore. There are too many magic cards being printed for me to look at every card in a set. So that's how we stock up for what it's worth. I don't think we need ley lines. They would certainly help. But I don't think they're necessary. Tabernacle, Yixid, Recall. On a versus 7? I love Yixid, but it costs 2 mana, man. What were the cards that I brought in? Did I bring in a 0? I didn't bring in any 0s. I feel like I could just die before I get a Yixid Jailer in play. I don't know if Tabby's that good. If they just combo through their deck and play an Oracle, it's like not very good. This is an easy keep? What world do you people live in? This is an agonizing keep. I think it might be a mulligan. I'm leaning towards it should be a mulligan. My opponent is, for all intents and purposes, combo Dredge. I'm surprised people think this is an easy keep. Maybe that's why they lose to... Wait, no, Justin, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. If I was on the play, I think this hand's totally fine, by the way. I'll try it. I think this hand's bad. Icarid, Stinkweed Imp. I'm probably... Oh, that is a fucking draw, isn't it? I feel like that's a draw. Could have a Noxious. Then we're like really far behind. Let's pop this bad boy out. I think this is a mulligan for what it's worth, chat. They're not, yeah, okay, they're dredging. Therapy, Icarid. Cephalid Coliseum. They have a breakthrough. Is breakthrough an instant, chat, or is breakthrough sorcery? Any knowers? I don't know what breakthrough does. So sorcery? Okay. Are they bringing back any Icarids? At least one, right? I don't think so. I don't think Wasteland in the opening hand makes it good enough. No, I think I'd still probably want a mulligan. So if they hit me for 3 and therapy, I hold... What the... Oh, yeah. All right. Undiscovered Paradise. I mean, if I can get this Yixid Jailer down, I feel like we're in a great spot. It's funny because this is Wind Trader Dredge. Target player draws 3 and discards 3. Oh, that's a lot. How many dredgers do they have? All right. I don't know how badly this goes for us. That's 3 Narcomoebas and a Dread Return and a... I need a 1-mana Graveyard Hate card, Joe. They hit 2 therapies, by the way, so they have 3 therapies. But no Poxwalkers. No, the 1 Poxwalker, so they can cast all 3 therapies and then Dread Return. It's not about Yixid being good or bad for the matchup. Yixid is good in the matchup. Yixid is just a 2-mana spell, and Dredge is going to beat you before you can play a 2-mana spell sometimes when you're on the play. Yixid is a fantastic card in the matchup. Unfortunately, now it's getting removed by Cabal Therapy. Like, I'm not unhappy to have Yixid in my deck, but it's not really a card I'm mulliganing to on the draw. If I had a Moxin, it's an instant keep on the draw. I think I'm dead, yeah. All right, so for this one, I'll cast Ancestral and see if I can draw some counter magic. I did draw a Force. So the problem is, I mean, they probably just take Yixid Jailer here, but I guess I could. Okay, I think I'd let the first one of these go. Because they just take Jailer. They named Force of Will? Oh, okay. They don't care about Jailer? Do they just beat Jailer? What am I missing? I didn't therapy before the first... I didn't recall before the first therapy. I let the therapy resolve and then I cast Ancestral Recall. What are we talking about? We're making up a new game that I didn't even play? I let the first therapy resolve because they'll never hit any of my cards in it. Oh, my opponent thought they had a win here. Okay. All right, so we live. And now, I mean, they can still just take my Jailer. So I think it's fine. Okay, that makes sense on why they would therapy targeting Force of Will. If they thought that they were going to win on the next spell. I'm all for you telling me I made a play mistake. I'm all for that, actually, because I'm here to learn just like everyone else. The amount I've improved from streaming is immense. But please at least make it a play mistake that I actually made. No, this is still targeting me. So I assume they named Jailer now. I'm still like really in trouble though, because this Tabernacle is not remotely going to get the job done unless I draw Grafdigger's Cage or Soul Guide Lantern. How do I spell Yixid? Oh, he's funny. But yeah, you let the first therapy resolve. It's not hitting anything in your hand. And they cast the second therapy, then you cast Ancestral. You let that one resolve because I don't think they're going to name Force, but then they did name Force anyways. And it all results in the exact same scenario here because I get to keep an extra blue card. All right. I need help. That's not help. All right, so I start by time walking. I have so many bad cards in my deck. It's actually crazy. Yeah, I'm still just dead to this. So like the Jailer was going to stop this. I think the Jailer does win if I resolve it. The problem is my opponent had the Cephalid Coliseum. Got me. All right. What do I need? I need Soul Guide Lantern, Grafdigger's Cage. Black Lotus doesn't do it because I can't go Lurrus Jailer. I think that's like it. Needle doesn't do it anymore. Maybe Consign. Oh, I should definitely have fetched a blue source for Consign, so I could have consigned both Icarid triggers. Fuck. Okay, this was a mistake on fetching as well. Another fetch land. All right, so I play this, and I guess I just Bowmaster one of the Icarids down. Oh, the answer is one Icarid. They're destroying all their creatures after returning the Icarids. All right, so I let that thing happen, and then I shoot it, right? After they dredge, probably. So if they dredge into a therapy, I might live through this turn. They have a Golgari Grave Troll. Oh, they did bring in Sickening Shoal. Cool. Do I even need to Bowmaster? I should just Bowmaster anyways, right? Oh, we definitely block because we have a Tabernacle in play. I don't know if we pay for our second Bowmaster is a very real question. How did they discard the Golgari Troll? Or did they dredge something else? They did. They dredged a Stinkweed Imp instead. Maybe that means they have a Sickening Shoal in their hand. I think paying is like not very good. What are my one drop? I can draw a Deathrite Shaman. Yeah, I'm not paying for this thing. We are almost to the point where Lotus lets us cast Jailer. I could buy Lurrus this turn, but I still can't play Lurrus and play Jailer in the same turn, so I think it's still better to Bowmaster another Icarid. I still have a Tropical Island I can get. I think that's the last thing I can get, though. I think I'm in trouble. They do have to make choices on if they want to return these Icarids. They have to use a black creature every time. They don't have that many more black creatures. They drew a Therapy. She's a free Poxwalkers. Okay, I'm gonna still do this. I don't think holding is helping me very much, so. A weird game. These, I mean, for dredge matches, these have been very interesting dredge matches. My opponent did make their deck very fun to compensate for being dredge. They only have 17 cards left in their deck. They only have an Icarid and a Poxwalkers as black cards and another Icarid. I don't have very many. I mean, I have some good hits, but I guess the Monarch's my best draw, probably. If I draw Demonic, I can get just Cage. I mean, they might have like a Nature's Claim in hand or a Breakthrough or something. I mean, they probably don't have a Breakthrough, right? Because they would have killed us. I don't think Frog is that good. I think Graveyard Hate is what we want. I think, again, I am not paying for this Bowmaster either. All right, so they just immediately therapying me. I think that's very aggressive because what are you trying to name here? Like, theoretically, you could get my Lurrus or something. Oh, they're doing it on themselves. I see. So they named Stinkweed Imp, and they're gonna put both Stinkweed Imps in the yard so they can eat. Ah, it's very smart. It's very smart. Okay, so the good news is we know their hand. The bad news is they do have a Nature's Claim in their hand. So they can kill a Cage, which makes Soul Guide Lantern my best hit. Okay. I'm gonna fetch so I don't draw my last fetchable. Oh, I have 2 fetchables. That's good. Let these go. Still just want Soul Guide Lantern, though. Deathrite Shaman. Okay, well. We'll see what happens. They can pay for this Boxwalkers, by the way. I kind of needed this Deathrite Shaman like 8 turns ago. Yeah, I should have added Lurrus to my hand. I don't think I don't think it matters. I think this is the last turn of the game, right? I mean, I was still trying to play around. I guess I could have held the Bowmasters longer. I thought I was getting therapied on both turns, to be fair. They hit a Fate Stitcher. I mean, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I guess I still can't play Lurrus with Jailer. Okay, yeah, I should have probably have not played the Skimmer. I should have played Deathrite and bought Lurrus. But then am I paying for? I still can't play Jailer though, because I have to pay for Deathrite Shaman. Oh, I don't have to pay for Deathrite Shaman. I can just play Lurrus and play Jailer. Brings back Fate Stitcher. What's the plan though? Like, they can. They're going to tap my Skimmer to attack. Okay. Do they think they have to win by attacking? Because they're out of therapies? This goes away, right? That gets exiled. The Icarid dies. They have to pay for Poxwalkers. I pay for both. I can eat. Oh, they should maybe Dread Return so that they can have both Poxwalkers, which they pay for. Oh, opponent thinks they can't win. can't pay for Poxwalkers. Doesn't this pay for stuff? Oh, these go back to their hand before they can pay for stuff, because during the untap step. So they're gonna lose everything and then just have Icarids. And then I can eat Icarid. So it's a GG's. It's a GG's. Wild. GG's. Yeah. I think I probably should have bought Lurrus and played Deathrite Shaman here. That way I can let Deathrite Shaman die and go Lurrus Jailer, and then they can't win, right? What am I drawing? I drew 5 lands in a row. Oh, just pay for itself. Yeah, I guess that's fine, yeah. I guess I also get to draw if I keep that in play. I don't really think so, Mike. I really don't think so. I think you can get 6s that are way better. I think we got pretty lucky. If we hadn't drawn, what we drew Wasteland on turn 1. I think we got very lucky. If I had to play this game over again, I would mulligan the 7. Wild. That was a really cool match, though. I can't lie. All right, here we go. Round 3. It might be normal dredge this time. I have a cat looking for an opening hand with turn 1 Deathrite Shaman Wasteland in game 1. That is acceptable, I guess. Chat, I can't believe we're still arguing with that. I think if you keep that hand, you're more likely to lose than win. That's how I feel. I think we got extremely lucky and we got the win, but it doesn't mean it was right. Surely they don't force my Raccoon Scout, right? Yeah, they didn't force my Raccoon Scout. So the question now is, do we get more value? I mean, this Lurrus is terrible, right? So we should just leave open all of our activations. Mike, you are so underestimating what 1 turn means. If I spend my turn 1 against Dredge, especially combo-oriented Dredge, casting Ancestral and doing nothing, I'm going to lose like 95% of games. I'm so perplexed. I don't understand. Like, it's not a good hand. I'm not saying that my 6 is going to be better. I'm trying to give myself a chance to win. You can't keep hands that have no chance of winning. All right, we're moving on. I think if you keep that hand, you are doing yourself a huge disservice and probably ruining your Dredge matchup across the variance of like 100 matches or something. I just don't know. I think I'd rather just be able to use my mana to eat reserve list. How are you casting the Graveyard Hate, Mike, when you're dead? You're dead on turn 2. If you do nothing, you're dead. Yes, they kept 7 in their bazaar. Do you know how Dredge works? Oh, okay, all right. Like, they are a combo-oriented Dredge deck. If I do nothing, they're going to turn to me. I don't believe that's a wrong statement. I am really confused how you think that's not the case. I'm gonna eat the dredgers here with my raccoon. So here's like the spot where like not spending my mana to buy Lurrus reserve list is very important. I'm gonna spend my mana to eat all their dredgers, and then I'm gonna wasteland them. That's gonna be great. This raccoon is going to go to town. No. It's not about winning. Who has won more? Like, it's just you need. It's not even about winning. It's about like playing. How many matches have you played against Dredge? How many times have you played against a combo-oriented Dredge list? Like my opponents, like if you're playing against a normal Dredge list, there, I think I think your argument has a lot more weight because the normal Dredge list is not going to kill you on turn 2 most of the time. But I'm making a pretty, I think, accurate assumption that my opponent's Dredge list, the way it is configured to be super turbo, is going to kill me on turn 2 most of the time. Because Legacy is the brainstorm format. So here I can wasteland this, and then I'm not going to activate my raccoon in case they have a Noxious Revival. I actually probably should have wastelanded. Yeah, I had to wasteland my turn. If you were doing power level, yes, brainstorm would be banned in Legacy, but you're not active. You're not working on power level. So now I'm gonna eat the Bazaar now because I have a negation to back up from a Noxious here. If they have a force backup for their Noxious from this spot, oh, they have double Noxious. Okay, then I mean, then they should just have cast it in their upkeep anyways. It's fine. I don't think he's trolling. The vast majority of players in the chat who were talking at the time of last round wanted to keep the hand. That was the majority opinion was keep the hand. And there are obviously Jesus. That is completely unjustified. Well, I just kind of wanted my opponent to use their Noxious and I had a counterspell. Maybe it's just wrong. Because if you wait, Lucky Dice, if you wait until end of turn, they can draw Noxious for turn. They can draw Force for turn. Like, doing it in the upkeep means they're down one less card, you know? Third Noxious. I'm too busy talking to chat, not me. Yes, we should definitely attack. Obviously, we should attack. It's an educational stream. We're trying to learn, and we're trying to learn together. I don't really have a problem with people having different opinions. I just want them to like be backed up by things that make sense. All right, no Dredger here. This raccoon is running the table, though, I must say. The best scavenging ooze of all time can be activated without green mana. Oh, wait a second. I just need to make this thing a trampler now. All right, so at the end of turn, I can eat an artifact. I'll eat the Bazaar for sure. And I'll eat Foresight. I don't know. Chalice, sure. So as long as I have 4 or more creature card types, and I currently have 3 card types, I drew 3 wastelands. Maybe they won't see it. All right. I will eat a Force of Will. 7/7 Trampler, get in there. All right, so they very clearly didn't have Force of Will on their opening hand, not me, because we've seen all their cards from their opening hand. So they just didn't have an answer to Keen Raccoon. They were reading the card. So Black Lotus, Keen Raccoon, clearly broken. I did rip a bajillion Wastelands in that game, to be completely fair. Let's not sugarcoat it here. All right, so I'm going to bring in my Graveyard Hate, and I'm going to take out my Negations and my oof, there it is. And my Fatal Pushes are dead. So I can bring in Consign. I don't know, man. That Raccoon was a beast. So this opponent will have forces in their deck, so the boarding is going to be a little different. I think it's just a Bowmaster. I don't know. Bowmaster's pretty good at blocking. Is like Bowmaster like worse than Momentum Breaker? Dig Through Time's pretty bad. Just take out Dig Through Time. It's like a pretty common thing. Especially like I'm seeing it a lot in the Legacy discourse right now around Oops All spells. You need to understand like what does your hand beat and what doesn't it beat, and mulligan more aggressively using the power of the London Mulligan, which by the way is so broken. See, I think this hand is actually quite reasonable against this version of Dredge. And it's very similar to my last hand that we all argued about. But there are very key differences. I still think this hand's a little rough on the draw, unfortunately. But I don't think you can like get too much better unless you immediately draw a needle or a lantern. This hand sucks. This hand's insane. All right, show me your secrets, opponent. Sickening Shoal for Yexid Jailer. It is worth noting that my opponent in the last round also did have Sickening Shoals boarded in. Yeah, I still have the Wasteland here, though. Good news is I'm not getting Noxious Revivaled. If I saw Noxious Revival in my opponent's hand off the probe, I would have played Deathrite Shaman. Ooh, wow, that's really good. Icarid, sorry, this is Narcomoeba, Prize Amalgam. It's a very good Dredge. I assume they're going to Sickening Shoal my Deathrite Shaman. Let's get a Bayou. But I am going to daze that. Wow, I keep putting this stupid thing above this thingy. I don't know if I normally have it over there. Oh, I can't daze it! All right, well. I should have gotten a tropical island. It's okay. We have the jailer protected now, so it's fine. Creeping Shell. I'm not actually even sure the jailer is better than the Deathrite Shaman. Probably is. I do need to start like living at some point though. Oh, they don't even care about the Deathrite Shaman. Wow. So then what do I want to do? They have two treasures in their yard. We could just eat. I mean, we should just play a jailer, right? Play a jailer and play a Deathrite Shaman. Yeah, I think we got it this time. But there's a very key difference here. One, we had a wasteland right away. And two, my opponent's deck is not built to combo kill. My opponent's deck is a grinding, a very normal dredge deck that has hollow ones and multiple different avenues of attack. So we take one more hit in the air, ground in the air here. I can start eating creatures. Though I don't have 2 green sources. I mean, I kind of have 2 green sources, but not really. I'd love to play a skimmer, but I probably would need to draw a blue card because I am still pretty weak to another Sickening Shoal. You can probably put this away now. I do need to make sure that I'm offsetting this. There aren't actually that many creatures in my opponent's yard. There's 4. If I can get a Lurrus going. Oh, they drew a Noxious? Is that what they drew? They're going to Noxious back the Sickening Shoal. That's fine. Okay, so now I drew... Okay, cool. So what do I want to do then? I want to play a skimmer and play a Keen Eye Curator, maybe? Because I have a force. Oh, I shouldn't have done that one out of my yard. I should have done that one out of their yard. That was a mistake, obviously. I just wanted to make sure I triggered Skimmer, but only the first one I needed to do out of my yard. I could have done the one out of their yard. That way we could have had a mana for next turn, but that's okay. We know they draw a Sickening Shoal. We know their hand, so they can't counter it. So we just counter their Sickening Shoal, and then we're off to the races here. I'm okay with blocking. Wait, I can just block. It's fine. Block. I definitely should not have eaten both lands out of my yard because now I can't get my free trigger. I'll have to eat a spell or something to get my draw spell. It's really, really annoying, actually. Pretty bad mistake. Don't think it will matter, but... that's pretty good. I'm surprised I didn't... I guess they were trying to play around Lurrus rebuying it. All right. Not bad. This is a really strong performance. Cool. Cool. Onward and upwards. All right, here we go. Round 4, 3-0 with the cat on the draw against a possible Storm player. I've got a possible counterspell hand. I'm down. Let's do it. 7-card keep from the opponent. What do you got for me? Probe. All right, well, they now know how much counter magic they need to kill. Through. Lotus Petal and all the fast mana in Vintage generally enable degenerate combo decks. It's certainly one of the weakest pieces of restricted fast mana, but it also fits the theme. I think the first Lotus Petal is a little underplayed right now in general, but very powerful, especially with Lurrus. Opponent thinks I'm on like normal Lurrus, but he has yet to see the spice. I think I want to cast Probe. And I'm a little hesitant because it's a blue card, but I feel like the information gained from this is important. Oh my lord. Let me do your days. All right, so my opponent has DT, Ritual, Key, Volt, and Force Backup. Well then. Surprised they didn't choose to play Key that turn. I guess they're gonna cycle Lorien. Wow. Losing their Force Backup. Okay. They have a lot going on. Force, DT, Volt Key, and Ritual. We gotta be careful with our Spell Pierce and our days against Dark Ritual as well. Demonic. I think this is supposed to be Spell Pierce. I'm pretty worried. They have a lot of action. Maybe we can find a Collector Roof, though. That'd be pretty strong here. Collector Roof would be very nice. All right. I'm just going to buy Lurrus. Could just die here. They can just have Force Backup kill me, right? It's kind of a downside of probing, but... Necro. You think they have Force Backup for this Necro? I mean, I don't really want Necro to resolve. Should I just pitch Daze so I can have another Force somewhere down the line? If I draw another Force? I'm like getting bullied here. But I don't know. I mean, I guess I should have Dazed, hardcast Dazed the Demonic. But this was like my concealed information. It felt like a lot worse to do that, but... I mean, if I pitch Force, am I in a good place in life? I know, Blue Man, I know. But it feels so bad to use the spell that they don't know about. I don't know. I don't know the answer. They did draw Force. Wow. All right. Well, they have Volt Key and a fresh 10 cards here. So I guess I'm just going to die unless I draw a Collector Roof. I don't know. Their hand was really strong against my all counterspell hand. I just had like a million must counter threats. But yeah, I guess I should have maybe I should daze that too. All They didn't draw that many cards. I think they should have drawn like 7 more cards or something. Oh, I didn't want to draw, man. It just keeps it's not lagging. I'm just like clicking at the wrong time. Loam? I mean, I've drawn the worst possible cards in the matchup, though, I must say. I guess if I had a Wasteland here, Loam is fine, but I am just dead, right? Yeah, I'm just dead. That's kind of a problem that you can happen when you play these fair Lurrus decks, is you draw the wrong half of your deck. I do think I made a mistake, to be fair. This doesn't even fucking help me. I do think I made a mistake, to be fair. I should have dazed the demonic tutor. At the time, I saw the plus and minus, but they do need to kill us. So if they don't draw the cards they need off of the Necro, we could still win. But it's pretty bad for me. Okay, that's still fine because they're not drawing cards. We can block with Lurrus and Fatal Push it. I think it's better than dazing and making them. I think I want to try to win. Oh, I could have dazed and pushed. You're right. I should have dazed and pushed. Yes, I should have done that. I should have dazed and pushed. That would have been sick. Should I still do it? Mana Crypt? Does that mean PO? Yogg will. Oh, I guess we're just gonna die then. Oh, I mean, I could have just lost the... I mean, I guess if I had dazed, they would have just not paid. And they would have killed me anyways. It's fine. They're just going to Twister here, right? Well, I guess I can kill the Shielder in response. Kind of want to do it after. Oh, I guess I'm going to... Am I getting Tendrilled? 1, 2, 3, 4... I guess a Tendril probably kills me as well. Oh. Yeah, I'm just Tendrilled and dead. Yeah. Okay. I didn't play that well. I think I should have Spell Pierced and then... I think I should have dazed the first time. And then here I obviously should have dazed and Fatal Pushed. But I don't think that would have mattered here at all. I mean, maybe I get a... I don't even get a draw step, right? They just let the Shield Rig go and they take another turn and then they kill me with the Yogg. So it didn't actually matter. Yeah, obviously I played that wrong, but not good. Classic. Let's bring this Cage and Lantern in. Let's bring in Oof. I'm not actually sure you want Vigor. And then you want Trap. And then Really dislike these cards. It feels a little weird to say that I don't want Keen Eye Curator when I do want Cage and Lantern, but losing there was... I can't believe they have a main deck Shieldred. I guess I'll just keep Momentum Breaker for that. Yeah, obviously that was not very well played by my part. Really unfortunate. I definitely think I was supposed to probe. That's fine. But then after probing, I mean, they also cycled their Lorien revealed and then immediately drew another blue card for their force backup. That's pretty unfortunate as well. Here, I don't think I'm going to probe because I want to have misstep and negation. I want black source, so I guess I can get underground sea. If they counter this with a misstep, I'm not even countering back, so... All right, see what we can do. Pull it back. Losing with a double force spell pierce hand against combo in game 1 is not what I had in mind. Wow. Mox. Go? Hull Breacher, maybe? Feel like they have a Hull Breacher. No? Okay. Nothing? I can't even eat anything. Okay. Bowmaster. All right, here comes the Hull Breacher. They've had enough. Oh, now they're fetching a Sewers. But they didn't fetch a Sewers on the first turn. And they kept the card on top. I don't know what that means. Trying to hit land drops. It's just they kept the card. It wasn't a land drop. I mean, it has to be Hull Breacher, right? I guess it could be I should have fetched first. I guess I don't have to fetch though. Okay. Skimmer. How do I eat a card out of my yard without... Skimmer's not very good against Hull Breacher either, though. I can't do anything about a Hull Breacher. It's kind of frustrating. We have an opposition agent? I don't even think I'm supposed to play this Skimmer. I think I'm supposed to wait. I can't even really buy Lurrus. I think they still have a Hull Breacher. I mean, I'll just play this card anyway. I mean, this is not a May, though. Man. I think I'm still supposed to play it. I didn't think they have Hull Breachers. Is that normal? I should have looked. No, they don't have Hull Breachers in the main. They have 2 Hull Breachers in the board. Okay. If they respond with an end of turn Hull Breacher here, I can still draw a card. What is this? Black is a removal spell? Can't be countered. All right, well, at the very least, I can exile this land from my yard. Can we put this back? Exile this land from my yard and draw a card. Still can't be countered. I think I'm supposed to fetch now, so I just don't get opposition agented. I don't think they have an opposition agent, but I also don't want to have that thing happen to me. All right, so they had a long goodbye for my Deathrite Shaman. I no longer can hold up both of these, but I still have 3 spells at least. I have an army. It flies. The fact that this thing flies is kind of nice. This is a Dark Ritual. No. I would Mental Mist up a Dark Ritual, right? Yeah, I feel like I would. Nothing else. Sorry, at least now they're tapped out of Hull Reacher. I can maybe cast this Probe and see what's going on. New Deathrite Shaman. I kind of want to know their hand. I feel like it's better than having an extra blue card. Yep, they had a Hull Breacher the whole time. So they have Hull Breacher, another Long Goodbye, Duress, Chain, and Tinker. All right. All right, I really like the way I played this game. I played around that Hull Breacher the whole time. Pretty happy. This is Duress. I guess this is happening, right? They drew a land finally. This gives them access to double here. They were looking maybe to go Tinker with Force backup, but I have 4 counter spells. I don't really think so. I think their plays only really make sense if they have a Hull Breacher in there. Because you would have fetched the very first turn. Took the Force. Blue. Are they casting Tinker? Oh, they're just casting the Hull Breacher now. That makes perfect sense. All right, so they still have Tinker Force backup. And they have a long goodbye. I can't activate on my turn or I get treasured. Hull Breacher makes people do some weird things. I think I'm going to hold up Hardcast Negation here and Death Rights and everything. So I will just attack with the Skimmer. Don't think I can buy a Lurrus, really. I mean, I could. If there was a turn I could buy a Lurrus, this is the turn I could buy a Lurrus. It's just kind of greedy, isn't it? Let's see. If I buy Lurrus, I still technically can hold up double Counterspell. I can start bringing back Deathrite. Yeah, I'm going to... On their turn, I can hit things from the yard. I don't think this is very good. What does the Lurrus even do? Like, they're going to kill my second Deathrite Shaman, maybe? Or kill my Skimmer. But I'll still have one of the 2 threats, so it doesn't matter that much. Is this Tinker? Oh, this is Stock Up. I feel like I should just cash in my Spell Pierce, right? Yeah, I can take from their yard, or my yard on their turn. This is only on my turn, and only once per turn. I'm just going to do their yard, you know? Like, Dark Ritual. Frog. Feel like I am still not supposed to play Frog. So I can hold everything up. If they draw a land, my Flusterstorm doesn't counter it, which is kind of annoying. That doesn't count as a land in this context. They could pay, and force. They can't resolve Tinker right now. Maybe next turn they can resolve Tinker, but I still have the Flusterstorm, so kind of no. Yep. I think you don't want to lead negation because Then because then they could just, I guess if it's Tinker on the stack. I still want to eat here. All right. So their hand is Tinker with Force backup still. We are only a couple attacks away. Technically, they're also Chain with Force backup. So this is going to go to 3. So my next attack is also going to be lethal. Now I have triple counter. Should be good enough. This is why we... Remember, who was talking about negations in the beginning of this? Was it Mike? They're probably not even here anymore. Mike was talking about how negations are like not very good in the format. This is like the exact kind of deck where you really want to have negations. They did draw Tolarian Academy to give them enough mana to play through Flusterstorm. But tinkering at 3 life might not be very good either. Do they have a robot in their sideboard? Yeah, they have a Sphinx of the Steel Wind in their sideboard. All right, so they're at 0, and they have 5 mana. Okay. I win on the next attack. All right. That's the power negation. All right, I mean, that game basically went exactly according to plan. We drew a bunch of counter magic. We drew cards with Skimmer. We used our Death Right to drain mana. Basically perfect game. Didn't have a Wasteland. Wasteland would have been killer in that game. They didn't have any other lands. Ugh. Oh, I hate these hands. I think it's a mulligan. It's so bad, right? I just can't ever keep this hand. Just mulligan it before I have to make myself... Oh, no. This hand is also bad. I mean, the problem is you don't actually get the Frog Gaming in that hand if your opponent kills you on turn 1 or turn 2. The problem is this hand is also really bad, and mulliganing is not very good against the all combo deck. Cage is really good against their deck, though. Cage stops like Beseech, Yogg. They have 2 POs. Interesting. Tinker. I mean, this hand is not great. But I don't think this is a mulligan either. On 5? Like, what do I want on 5? Like, a Force is not even, like, going to be that good on 5 anymore. All right, see what happens. I'm not happy with this hand, obviously. If they don't have Ancestral, this hand, the Wasteland's like pretty good here. Brainstorm. Yeah, but I think I have to Wasteland. I don't think I'm allowed to play a Deathrite Shaman and pass on turn 2. I'd love to, but I Wasteland, then I play a Cage, and then I try to play an Oof. Maybe I'll draw another Wasteland. Ancestral? Oh, Lorian, sure. All right, they had a lot of lands. Oh, now they drew us. Where did the Sapphire come from? They must... Oh, they just drawn it for turn? Maybe I'll draw a Sapphire. Damn. Didn't draw a Sapphire. It's quite unfortunate. I think we're very dead, if I had to guess. Maybe they're out of lands, too. Nope. Stock up is pretty good here. Oh, Tinker. Wait, what? Oh, opponent. I'm sorry. This is why I brought in Cage. They could have brought Citadel in play and not been able to use it until they got rid of the Cage and only been able to play lands. But yeah, this is part of the reason I brought in Cage. Cage hits multiple parts of their deck. Tinker, Citadel, Yawgmoth's Will, that kind of thing. All right, well, they don't have a Sapphire anymore, but I'm probably still putting an Oof in play. I thought they were just going to put a Citadel in play and use it to get lands off the top of their library. Because you can't cast spells off the top of your library with a Cage in play, but you can still play lands. But it looks like they probably went for a Sphinx, right? Where does it go? Does it just stay in the deck? I guess it just stays in the deck. My Grafdigger's Cage activated abilities can't be activated. This Mystical Misstep draw is actually kind of nuts because it would protect me from Chain on Cage. What the? Why did they go to second main, man? I'm sorry, chat. You can exclamation mark F6 me. I guess they were F6 checking me. My bad. Yes, it's okay. It's fine. I'm too lazy for that, man. I'm trying to make fast content. I can't be sitting here F2ing. I just can't believe they went to second main for that. Oh, well. And now I'm actually in trouble if that resolves because I wanted to have two oofs in play. That's probably their only answer to Cage, right? It stops Beseech into Tinker and Beseech into Yogg-Will Joe, which are the main Beseech lines, to be more specific. I wanted to get a Skimmer going, but I'm just too scared. I should have played this Collector Roof last turn. I got too greedy playing the Deathrite Shaman. It was a mistake. They also have long goodbyes on my oofs. There was no way I was ever supposed to play Deathrite Shaman last time. Okay. Focus. They just drew Mental Misstep. Wow. That or they. Oh my god. I think not attacking here is correct because of Hull Breacher. Long goodbye. All right. I mean, this time I tried to play a second oof, to be fair. This is probably my time to try to resolve Ancestral and find a force. Did not find a force. I might lose this game because of how badly I played. Honestly, I think I played pretty badly here. Stock up. I might still win anyways because I have like good protection in play, but... Wait, what? My opponent says they didn't try to get Sphinx, that they tried to get the One Ring. That would be a bug. That's a bug, right? Because a One Ring is not a creature card, so that should be able to come in. I just figured they went for Sphinx, but it didn't say. They're very joking about it, which is good. That does sound like a bug then. I'm gonna probe and see what my opponent's hand is. I think we're gonna win this game, but I definitely don't deserve to win this game. So they did have the Hull Breacher. Okay. Or maybe they just picked up the Hull Breacher. They have they have the Citadel, but we have a Cage and they have a stock up. So man, I still can't really play Skimmer, huh? I really want to. Maybe I could just cast Brainstorm right now. Is that greedy? I guess I could cast Skimmer and then cast Brainstorm still. It's probably fine, right? It's not casting a spell. Tinker is putting a spell into play. All right, exile from my own yard. Get a blue. Draw a card. Draw a bajillion cards. Okay, I found a fetch land. God bless. I don't want... I do want a momentum breaker. I don't want, I guess, a Skimmer. I mean, what do I want? What do I not want? Because I'm definitely playing a fetch land and I'm probably losing it. I can't really Spell Pierce anything other than Citadel. Maybe I don't want a momentum breaker. Maybe I don't want another oof. I definitely want another oof. Put away Frog Spell Pierce, I guess. Oh, yeah, that's fine. I don't think I'm allowed to counter this stock up. So next turn, I can play a Skimmer, draw 2 cards. If I draw a land, then I can have... Oh, I guess it doesn't exactly work because I need more blue cards. I think holding this Momentum Breaker was just really bad, right? Oh, wait, they have fucking... I think I'm playing just awful here. Should I draw my Psychic Frog so I have an additional blue card? Well, the thing is, like, now I have to kind of force a Hull Breacher, don't I? Isn't that really bad? Don't I not want to force? I don't know why I'm playing so badly now. Maybe I'm just running out of gas here. Sorry, chat. I'll do better for you. Okay, I'm going to just play the oof and pass. I'm hoping they play the Breacher. I'm not going to counter it. And then I can Breaker it next turn. Okay, so they can technically play a Citadel if they want. I guess I left up the wrong land, so I can't eat. It's unfortunate. Yeah, I think they might have misclicked too. It's possible. I'm not gonna tell them that though. Someone else wants to tell them that. I don't know. I don't know. It feels bad for me to tell them that. Why am I using like all the wrong lands? I can't. Ah! I'm sorry. What's going on? Oh, are they countering this? They're spell piercing this. Oh, wow, they're gonna get a treasure. Maybe this doesn't matter. Maybe I just let this get countered. Oh, exile land from their yard. I don't know. Is that better than just like doing 2 damage to them though? Like, that can't be better than doing 2 damage, right? I really wish I had another wasteland, but I guess I've used 2 wastelands already. That might be too much to ask. Maybe that's not even good. That's true. I guess I would deal 2 damage if I killed their creature. That is my only removal spell. They're gonna play the Citadel. Or are they gonna play a Lorien revealed? A Beseech with Bargain. Okay. Shieldred. They can't have force backup, right? All right, so they have Citadel +1 here. If I attack with both, how bad is it for me? I open up the One Ring. Sensei's top, Volt Key. Okay, pretty bad. Does Frog represent more damage than Skimmer? Oh, I shouldn't have played this land. Ah! It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I guess this lets me hold up Spell Pierce and eat. So yeah, I should have played this land. I think I'd rather just play another flyer. I mean, this thing is a flyer. I guess it can be more damage. I don't know, man. My brain is frying. I think next turn I attack with oof for lethal. Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to open up like Volt Key or the One Ring, right? How much mana do they have? 5 mana. So they can still cast a stock up here. That's true. Frog only works if I give him a treasure. I don't have to fly the frog, though. I can just play it on the ground. They drew a Tendrils. Okay, so they're trying to live. That's fine. Don't think I'm countering that. All right, they're off it. Oh, my thing froze. Okay. Well, I really don't like how I played a lot of that match. That match was by far the worst of the night for me. Hopefully we can pull together for a trophy in round 5. All right, trophy match with our skimmers. I'm on the play. I have a cat. How about you, opponent? Oh, they also have a cat. All right, cat battle to end it. No better way. Actually, this is our first cat mirror, right? Oh, this hand could come back and bite me, but I'm never putting this back, so. Yeah, I really dislike Ponder. I'm not a big Ponder believer in the year 2025. You got to be doing some Doomsday for me to be playing some Ponder. Oh, yeah, and also Dig Through Time triggers Skimmer. Not that that's necessary, but... All right. I don't know if Scorpia is likely to be playing combo Lurrus or control Lurrus. That's something I'm not sure. No results in the 5-0s, but I could always check challenges. Either way, I'm always keeping this hand, so it doesn't matter too much, but it might change my play patterns a little bit. Let's take a little peek real quick. Challenges? No challenges either. All right, so we got no information. Love that. Fresh and 2-0. This is definitely a better hand against Pio, because we don't get wastelanded. Just started playing again since 2014. That's great. Love that. That makes sense. That's why there's no records. We got a returning gamer. Welcome back, Ancestral Target Me. Has the misstep. All right, well, my hand sucks, so I need to force this. Hopefully they don't have force too. I kind of need this Ancestral Resolve. I can never put away my hand, right? Like my hand's too good to mulligan, but it has some severe problems. Mainly, I have no castable spells if my Ancestral does not resolve. Oh, it did not resolve. That is unfortunate. Exiling Frog. Okay, so it is control. So I can also get wastelanded here. That's not what I wanted to hear. Saga Gaming. And Jet. All right, I'd love a land, please. That's a misstep. Uh-oh! And Bowmaster? Uh-oh. I think I'm just supposed to push this Bowmaster, right? I need to use my mana. I feel like I'm just supposed to push this Bowmaster. Well, the good news is I'm probably not getting wastelanded here, because they would probably want to make constructs. Hopefully we can draw out of this. I mean, even if they don't make mana, they still get to get Lotus and play Lurrus and rebuy Bowmaster, so I have to hold that Fatal Push, actually. Well, I definitely supposed to do it on upkeep so I don't get negated. But... Alright, so how do I... Should I just DT for a force for Lurrus? I guess this means they can make a construct, though. So maybe they just make a construct. If I was the DT, what would I even DT for, though? I don't even have an Ancestral. End step? Maybe. It's not like I can trigger the Skimmer unless I draw exactly Loam. It's like pretty bad for me if they lure us. They could have Vexing Bobble, right? DTing for a force is so bad here, though. I think I'm just supposed to play a Skimmer and see how it goes. Hopefully they just like make a construct. This is like not too good against Bowmaster, but it's definitely better against Bowmaster than Hold Breacher. It's not like I could have DT'd for Wasteland there. If I had a Wasteland, I would if I had a land drop, I would definitely have done that. Needed this in opposite order. Please make a construct. Please don't play a Lurrus. I guess if I draw a fetch land, I can DT for a Fatal Push and Fatal Push the Lurrus. So maybe it's fine. They're floating 3 mana. Okay, I assume that means they're going Lurrus, Lotus. Yeah. Okay. All right, so if we draw a land and they have no counterspell, then it's actually fine, right? Okay, please. Please. Oh, wait. It can't be any land. It has to be a fetch land, right? Because I need a black source. And I need a land. I need exactly a fetch land because a wasteland doesn't do it either. A collector roof is pretty good here, though. A psychic frog. I can frog and immediately hop the frog and draw a card before Bowmaster comes. It's probably what I'm supposed to do. Oh, I guess I leave the land in the yard for Deathray Shaman because I have no recursion. Drew a fetch. So next turn I can maybe kill the Lurrus. They do get the Bowmaster back. So maybe I don't even need to kill the Lurrus. Who knows what happens this turn? Swords? I could get dazed. I guess I'll just take the damage to mental misstep this. I guess I just, yeah. Oh, second swords. Okay. I mean, I think that's okay. So now they just one card in hand. They replay Bowmaster, hit me for 5 million. Maybe I shouldn't have attacked with Skimmer. I lose a bajillion life. I guess they could always like. It has to be Fatal Push, right? I mean, this doesn't even block anymore. But I still have Lurrus, so I do take 1 million though. Maybe I wasn't supposed to do a bunch of things here. All right. Keen Eye Curator. Demonic Tutor. Yeah, I guess if my next turn, if I don't draw a land, I'm playing into days anyways, so probably was supposed to just save the 2 life. Whoops. So I'm saying there's like so many small choices that do matter. I want to buy you here so I can play this raccoon. All right, tell me the Lurrus is dead, please. Do not daze me. All right, the daze, I did not get dazed. Oh, true, I would not have Revolt. You're right. Okay, maybe I walked into the right play. I think I'm going to hold the Skimmer back because I do think saving 1 life matters here. I am multiple turns away from Lurrus, but the Keen Eye does block, and I can start eating cards. I can't really stop Cruise, though. I can just F6 now. I can also draw a card if I want to. Wasteland. No, my green! Bad timing. Should I block? At 8? I mean, I'll probably never want to draw a card with this in play anyways, right? I think I'm just going to block. I can get it back later with Lurrus. All right, help. That's pretty funny. Okay. Black. Vexing Bauble. Crack? Or no? There are some spells that this is good against, like Black Lotus, but probably crack, right? Hit another Wasteland. Hit my other green source. Strand my raccoon forever. Yeah, crack. Okay. We're still alive. Frog. Man, should I draw? I lose 1 life, they get 1 thing, and I get a card? It's not that bad, right? I don't have a lot of life to work with. Well, I'm hoping that I don't have to remove the token. I'm hoping that I can just block the token. But obviously they can draw more swords or something. Fatal Push is really bad for me. Man, I just want to play my raccoon. Stop wastelanding me. I guess if they drew like another Bowmaster, it's pretty bad for me. I don't know. I have to draw some cards at some point, right? Maybe I'm going to have to pitch this raccoon to my Froggy. He tried. 2 wastelands? No. I just want to play the game. Why won't you let me play the game? Days. I can't attack, right? Should I just jump my frog again? I guess if they... Yeah, I mean, it's like really... I could attack with the flyer. I don't think that's like... Is that a good play? I mean, I guess I'm losing. Yeah, I guess I should be attacking with the flyer. Should I attack with the flyer last turn? Why didn't I attack with the flyer last turn? I don't know. I feel like I want to draw a card and like get a Deathrite Shaman or I don't know, something. Man, I can't even daze this thing. Maybe they'll lock themselves out of the game. Guess I missed an attack then, didn't I? It's the kind of things that can lose you this game. Sapphire. Okay. So they are locked, but they could have like a cruise or something. A dig. These cards don't do anything. No Bowmaster. I thought for sure they'd play a Bowmaster. So let's see if it's a dig, maybe. Blue-white Lavinia. Okay. I really could just use a land, you know? A land? I shouldn't have said that. I mean, I guess I'm wastelanding them, right? Or maybe I have to hold it for Lurrus. But I could cast Day. I think I'm supposed to wasteland them. Now I definitely have to leave everybody back. I guess they could probably attack with a skimmer. I probably should have attacked with a skimmer, right? Man, I think I still could have attacked with the skimmer because they can't really attack. I mean, they can. At any point, I can draw, by the way. I can still do draw. I can still draw cards on my turn. I mean, I am blocking with the frog, yeah. Flusterstorm. Oh. Is it really that bad if I draw a card right now? Because I can still always block the Arc Army. I don't know. I kind of think I'm supposed to be drawing a card. No, I don't know. I think it's past. Ah. I really am gonna hurt from the 2 missed attacks. I guess that's true. At some point, we can hop the frog and win, right? We would have already been able to hop the frog and win if I had not missed the attacks. Next turn. Not really next turn though, because yeah, next turn is my chance, I guess. I really messed up in this game. The 2 skimmer misses are so bad. They were so bad. When you're trying to win with 2/2s, you can't be missing attacks. We might still get there. If they have a second Bowmaster, it'd be really bad if I go all in, though. Yep, Nami's right at the same time as me. Saying what needs to be said. I still think at some point in this game I could have drawn another card, but that's okay. They have long goodbye? Jesus. Oh, they have a spell. Surely I'm just flusterstorming this. Or do I let them go? I mean, if they have no land, it's like really good if I let them make a play. I'd love them to tap out. I think I'm just supposed to flusterstorm. I don't even have... I want to be able to draw... I don't have a Fatal Push. I want to be able to eat with a Death Right if I get it, so... I still have 8 power if I want to go for it. The only thing they can have is Fatal Push, right? But they would have already Fatal Pushed if they had Fatal Push. They would have just killed the frog and attacked, right? There's just no way they ever have a Fatal Push here. I do get to play Spell Pierce, right? Because I draw a card, so I have 5. So I actually can't get beat by that. because I can pierce because I'm drawing a card from my skimmer. Wow, that's really sick. That's really sick. Yeah. Wow. Ooh, I don't know if I really deserve this win because I missed some really crucial attacks, but I think we're gonna get there. Flyers. Yeah, the raccoon is like so good though. But I understand. Green is tough. I really like the Dothy Voidwalker too, but they're both hard to play. It's true. All right, one more game win. We need one more game when we snuck that one. All right, we don't want negation. We do want fatal push. I don't think we want snuff out. What does this do? Pro white. I don't know if this is good. Might be okay. What else do we not want? How good are spell pierces and dazes in this matchup? I feel like they're okay. Loam should be good. Oof is probably not great, but it's not terrible either. Stops like Lurrus stuff. But I could see Oof going. I mean, I could see just the straight negation push swap and then calling it a day. This thing gets bowmastered, right? Unless you kick it. I don't know. Seems like it could be pretty good. It's got pro swords. Is it better than Oof? I mean, it's 4 mono white. I put it in my deck 4 mono white, yes. But like it could be good here. It's cost triple black, so maybe it just never happens. Maybe we'll just do the push negation swap and call it a day. Seems fine. Let's just do that. All right. What do we got for clock? I've spent way too much time. Oh, we're ahead on clock. Okay, that's not too bad. I thought we'd spent way more time than our opponent. It was a hard game. All right, here we go. Game 2. I have Loam, and I have Deathrite, and I'm on the draw. I think I'm keeping this. I like this hand. I need another land, obviously, but our deck has a lot of lands in it. I think Loam is quite good in this matchup. I can't counter this because I need to be able to counter swords. All right. Dorty 40. A Poe list. A Poe list? Wait, it says Poe when it's but it says PO when you capitalize it. Yeah, it's a classic Tom basketball quote. Is this a bait? This feels like a bait, right? I'm gonna let it go. I think this has to be for swords. I think my gut instinct, this has to be for swords, is what makes the most sense to me. I don't have a basic to fetch, so I guess I can still just get wastelanded, though. Just draw a lot more lands. More lands, more lands, more lands, more lands, more lands. Which land is this supposed to be, chat? Surely it's a green land. I guess a green-blue is the least likely to make me sad. No, I should probably get the one I have the most of, even though I don't have another green land because I have a Deathray Shaman. Just want to draw another land. I'll be so happy. All right, what do you got for me, Scorpa? Do you have a frog, a Lavinia, a wasteland, a swords? What is it? Blue-white time walk. All right. That was both of their brainstorm cards. So they're through their brainstorm. They know no more cards on top. 5 cards in hand. There's the wasteland. There's the wasteland. Oh boy. Can I have a land? Even a wasteland I'm okay with. Okay, that's a land. So now what are we doing? Surely the answer is loam? It's really bad if I get negated. We could just play Skimmer because on the next turns we could eat with our Deathray. They haven't swords yet. So it's more likely that they have counter magic in their hand. Or frogs, I guess. I'm playing Skimmer. I think it plays better into their sequencing. And we can still draw more lands, too. And this card's going to draw cards next turn as well. So I think Skimmer is better. I actually think Skimmer is safer than Loam. I'm going to buy Lurrus here. Cruise. Okay, at least they're tapped out. All right, all right. I do have to eat one of my own lands to draw a card. Oh, unless I use my Lotus. That might be better. But now I definitely can get countered. It's kind of... So if I resolve my Loam, I can re-dredge the Loam if I get the Loam countered by a non-negation. All right, I think I just cast Loam and draw with Skimmer if it resolves. And if it doesn't resolve, I can still use my Deathrite to trigger my Skimmer. All right, so now I draw. So my Loam resolved, and now I draw. Do I dredge my Loam? I don't think so. I don't need another loam. I need removal for I'm gonna have for Lurrus. I guess I don't need removal. So I don't think I dredged my loam. I think I just draw a card. So now that I've already done that, I get to play 4 mana. If I fetch, I can play 4 mana worth of spells. I could play Frog and Oof, but I think they don't have any artifacts, so I'd rather just play a fetch land. Oh, I can't play the stupid Frog off of this green mana, though. That's so silly. Oh, I can play the Deathrite, though. Okay, so I can play the Deathrite. I can play the Deathrite, and then play the Frog, and don't play the fetch land, and just attack. I think that makes the most sense. Oh, I guess I could have fetched and then ate something, right? No, I couldn't have fetched and ate something. Okay. All right, now this... I got Frog Force. That's fine. I don't care. They pitch a dig through time to do that? They pitch a dig through time to do that. Okay. So where are we at? We're at a pretty good spot. I wanted to use my floating mana, but I don't know. Maybe that doesn't make sense. This Momentum Breaker looks great here. Maybe I should have played the Frog first and then played the Deathrite Shaman so I didn't get dazed. Yeah, you're right, chat. You're right. I should have done that. I don't know. Like, am I supposed to be playing around Daze out of Esper? I feel like you're not. Unfortunately, this Momentum Breaker is not good into Bowmaster if they have Bowmaster here, which they might. I guess. So if I dredge Loam, does that count as leaving? So I could draw my card now? That's not good, though. I should definitely not do that. Because I want to be able to activate in response to Bowmaster. So I guess I just draw for turn. A Force. Interesting. All right, let's get the fetching play, and then let's play this Momentum Breaker. I will definitely force a Bowmaster here. All right, Frog down. Okay. So I guess I lose my fetch land for my Loam to draw a card here. It's kind of annoying. I don't have to do that. I could eat my own Frog to draw a card if I want to. I don't want to do that either. I guess I should attack first, right? If I had 2 lands to eat, I could maybe consider buying Lurrus, but I should have attacked with both Deathrite Shamans, or one of the Deathrite Shamans. Maybe I just eat Loam. This Loam sucks now. It did its job. Okay. This Skimmer Deathrite Shaman interaction is pretty strong. I've lost my green sources. Okay. Oh, Lorien revealed? Yeah, that's gotta be game. Eat. Wow. I've drawn pretty well, huh? Eat force, draw a card, start your engines. Spell Pierce. Oh, they don't have dig anymore, right? I probably shouldn't have activated again then. Because now I don't have Spell Pierce up because they can wasteland me. That was bad. That was bad. It's okay though. I don't want to use the Spell Pierce. I want to have Force Misstep anyways. Let's like cast Balance here with Flusterstorm backup. By Lurrus. That doesn't stop them. Doesn't stop me. All right. All right. I didn't miss a draw. I didn't miss a draw. I drew. You only draw once per turn and only on my turn. You're not allowed to have anything. GG's. Wow, I was an impressive league from this deck because I feel like I probably played at like a C plus level. Drew Ancestral off Probe. Oh man, classic. Oh boy, what a game. What a league. A 5-0. I don't think this deck's that bad, Ian. I do think this deck is very hard. I don't think I had an A plus luck. I did have a very high luck scale today. I do think I ran very hot. I think the Skimmer card was very good. It attacked for 2 in the air, which was very relevant. It drew cards a lot of the time. It had multiple interactions with the good cards of the deck, Deathrite Shaman, Psychic Frog. So you're just getting extra cards for doing what you're doing naturally. Obviously, the Raccoon was good when we had it in play. It was actually fantastic whenever we had it in play. But green is tough. So that's something to think about. I do think the loam is cute, but I think in general the loam is probably too cute. And I would look to maybe cut the loam. The momentum breaker was good, the pushes were good, the pierces were all right, the fluster, everything else was fine. The mana base is a little sus. I don't know if that can even be improved though. But yeah, I think the main thing that we saw here was Skimmer did exactly what I thought Skimmer would do, and it was fill a niche role that this deck needed. Another blue creature, so returnable with Lurrus, and it pitches to forces, both will, negation, and vigor. I think I probably would add another vigor to the board because your green count is actually superb now. Not superb, but it's better. It's actually like very viable green count, so you can probably get a second vigor going. The Dredge matchup, I think this is the right number of cards. I'm not sure these are the right cards themselves. Something to think about. We didn't play against mono white, so we never brought it in Snuff Out or Torok. But we did bring in the pushes here. And then we have the anti-combo. I think this deck is pretty close to where it should be. Maybe some of the fun ofs have to go to get a little bit more juice in the deck. And I'd maybe think about a 19th land. I don't know if that's crazy. I don't know if you can play like a third tropical island here because you're a little bit lower on Bowmasters and black cards than a typical build. But maybe the answer is like, I don't know. I kind of almost want another land, but I'm not sure what it would be. But I do kind of like the Raccoon, so I would probably play again with the Raccoon. I would just trade out this loam for maybe another land, maybe another blue spell. Maybe another Bowmaster, something like that. Either way, hope you enjoyed this outing. It was really fun, a nice long stream, lots of hard, small choices where we had to eke out advantages. And I don't think I got all of the advantages, obviously, but we got enough advantages to get the 5-0 trophy. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more vintage content, make sure you're subscribed. If you want to see more vintage content, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel where there are new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll see you then.